Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are finally, after a lengthier than usual hiatus, a much longer hiatus than we care to admit, back with our predictions on the heel heat. As you can see, the cast of characters are very different today. We have a believer in Joe Hendry, a long gone away friend of the show, friend of the podcast, uh, uh, Mr. Benny Thurman. How
What's
you
going
doing,
on,
sir?
everybody? How y'all doing?
And
Good,
of
good.
course, the queen of wrestling right now. You see her face everywhere, every podcast, every live stream, every show. She's doing it big in 2024. She's doing it bigger in 2025. She's probably going to leave us pretty soon for a full time job
Oh
with
no.
WWE personally or some other promotion. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling with Honey.
What's up, guys? Sweetest ooze queen of heel heat in the house.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the first major pay per view of the year, the Royal Rumble, the Big Kahuna, the beginning of the road to WrestleMania. How are we
Here,
feeling?
here we are, man.
How are
Um,
we feeling,
I,
guys?
I just can't believe we're in another year, yet another Rumble, yet another road to WrestleMania. It's just never-ending wheel of wonderful world of professional wrestling, and I'm actually really amped for tonight, though. I'm like anxious, amped, like
Yeah,
butterflies, nervous
it
kind of
it's a really weird,
energy.
nervous energy, and I think for the
Hmm.
first time, for a lot of us, it's like we can't call it.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
finally we're finally in a product where we can't call anything.
totally.
So these predictions are actually like truly predictions. There's not a lot of evidence around because they've pretty much been like, you know what, the weekly shows are probably gonna suck for a little while until
Hmm.
we can get to doing what we want to do. But I'm not hating it. I will say I'm not hating it.
No,
It's
not at all.
it's it's going back to the wrestling that we all grew up on and that we all love where, there's a couple of crappy throwaway storylines, and then there's our big ones. So the first match on the card, because I'm not going to start with the Rumbles, even though I think that's what they're going to start with. The Tag Team Championship 2 out of 3 falls match. We have DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns.
Vote Motor Shitty. Is that what you
Mo-
just said?
Motor City Machine Guns, but the Freudian slip says it all. That's where I'm at with it.
Oh
And it has
wow.
nothing to do with them per se. It's their presentation is awful. It is circa like 1991, hella campy, with like a mix of like early Dolph Ziggler, where it's like I know I'm supposed to care about this, but like I don't care about this. It's like a bad 80s cartoon intro. Like
Oh
that's
wow.
just what it feels like. And
Wow.
it's like again, those guys are like 5'6", 5'7", super incredible. Like I think that they're great wrestlers. It's just the presentation makes me not want to care, like
Huh.
at all. Just hate to say it. Hate to be the guy to like start off hot, but like I don't care
Ripping
enough.
that band-aid off. My goodness. Tell them how you really feel, Jay.
I I I wanted to care. Like I really wanted to care because I heard so much about them. Haven't really watched them internationally. Know the names. Don't really know too much of the work. But like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Well, do you feel about Fraxium this way? Because how
Yes.
you feel
Oh
about them
God.
is
You,
how I feel about
dude.
Fraxium.
I've hated it. You, as anybody who's watched wrestling with me, God is my witness. I've hated them from the very inception. I hate that tag team with
Yeah.
so much
Mm.
fervor. I get excited every time they defend the titles because I want them to lose it so bad.
Same. And then I get underwhelmed when they don't. And
When
it's
they
like,
don't, because it's
whatever.
like at some point in the match, like you can tell that they're gonna win, and I just get so dejected and like go
Well,
on doing other things that I want to do. But
well,
anyway,
unfortunately, I don't feel that same sentiment for Motor City Machine Guns. I believe we're literally at just the beginning of seeing two veterans really make their way in WWE. They did just get there from TNA, and we know they have a lot of years on them, and they have a lot of history with DIY. So they've been able to carry something throughout the division and make an impact by just arriving and becoming tag team champions. So I wouldn't hold that against them. And I kind of like the back and forth banter that's going on between DIY and uh Motor City Machine Guns. So it's kind of giving me like that realm of when the tag team division was on the forefront with Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys,
Hmm.
and it was just those three carrying that division, and they were just flip flopping the titles. So I kind of want the back and forth between those two. So I think DIY loses.
That's fair. To be fair, my criticism is mainly from the fact that like their theme is awful. Their entrance is awful. I hate it every time it comes on. Like I don't remember the words. It's just like random words, pop pop, random words, pop pop, random words, and then it goes off rhythm and does like a random like pause, pop 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 pop. I'm like, you guys can't even do the pop song rhythm. Like, what is going on? It
Yikes.
irritates it like it twists my soul something crazy.
Oh, oh, no soul
God damn,
twister.
Jay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like again, them and Fraxium irritate me, but Fraxium for a whole different reason. But
Yeah,
Benny, how you
yeah.
feeling about
Fraxium
this?
is a whole
Mm,
nother
mm,
vibe.
mm, mm.
All right, so before we got started, I told y'all I didn't really have an opinion on like one match. This is the match I really don't have an opinion on.
I
I honestly do not care about this one. And just to be different, I know it's going to end up two falls to one, and I'm going to say DIY just to say that.
Again, I agree with you, honey. I do like the back and forth. I just wish there were more engaging teams involved. Like there were teams that I just cared about a little bit more. Cause like, again, DIY is fine, but it's one of those we've seen this song and dance already. I think I'm just fatigued from it because I watched their whole run in NXT, and it's like I was excited when they first got called up, and then the whole Vince thing. We had to wait for the Vince saga to end to really get it.
Yeah,
But it's
Hmm.
but I mean,
also
but while it's here, let's
yeah, like
just
I'm
enjoy it because
appreciative of
basically
it.
with because all of this is basically Triple H saying run it all the way back.
Hmm.
I'm like this is NXT Black and Gold on the main roster basically. If you
Yeah,
really
you
think
know,
about it.
and again, are getting them over for like changing their color and changing their themes and making them DX like, but making it a joke. Kudos, kudos. That being said, I guess I can go with Motor City Machine Guns just because like I don't really think Los Gaza is really like up next, and I think Pretty Deadly might be, and I think them being Motor City Machine Guns, who are like actual baby faces, like super powder puff baby faces,
Right.
does more for their character than DIY having it. So I'm gonna go there with that one. The next match, I'm gonna go straight just with the matches for right now, is the undisputed WWE Championship ladder match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
I think this is
Uh,
easy.
I think this is two, but I know there's also Benny's looking at me like he got something to say, so I'm gonna let him go
I ain't got
first.
nothing to say. Not on this one. The thing is, like, everybody's sitting up here, the way things have been leading up, that this is probably going to end for Kevin Owens in Kevin versus Sammy, or not even and a Kevin versus Randy rematch.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
they don't know exactly when Randy Orton is supposed to be coming back or whatever, but like they planted the seeds for Sami Zayn maybe not helping Kevin Owens or whatever, and him
Mhm.
feeling some type of way about it. I don't think that you can take the title away from Cody Rhodes right at this second. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, honey. I gotta say, Cody Rhodes, your tribal chief. All right.
You're a funny guy. You're a funny freaking guy, Benny. Oh, Benny. You know what? And you know what? I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that out like a G because I know you're making up for lost time. I know that's what you're doing. So I'm just gonna let you
It's
have
all in love.
but that was pretty fucking funny. That was funny.
I'm going to second that notion. I do believe it's Cody Rhodes. The only thing, again, I'm being nitpicky because I know that they can do better. I get it. We all wanted the Wing Eagle title back. Like we definitely all wanted it back. We wanted to see it that one time. It's overkill now. Like now I'm like, bro, you got him walking around with basically a toy replica title And then yesterday he snatches it off the thing like, oh, I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna go with me. Like, bro, just
But he's Kevin freaking Owens.
I get it.
This
Then
is what
like
Kevin Owens does. You guys know that Kevin
Mhm.
Owens does it to get on our
he's
nerves.
annoying. Like he's doing it to be annoying, and he knows
He
he's
know
being
and he
annoying.
knows
I
he
get
is.
it.
He's
I get
obnoxious,
it.
he's
and
stubborn.
and it's working because I'm like, all right, now you're starting to irritate me. Like if he
Hmm.
really
Mhm.
wanted to be annoying, I would have swapped it out for Big Gold and just been walking around with like the OG Big Gold
But I think
just
that
to like piss everybody off.
But I think that's the beauty about Kevin Owens. The beauty of Kevin Owens is he can make us hate him if he really wants to make us hate him, or he
Hmm.
could make us really love him if he really wants us to make like us to love him. Like
You
he's
know, what would be hilarious is if he
what?
came out with the spinner belt.
Oh
Yo,
God,
stop it.
that would be.
I'm, somebody had said that that he should come out with Stardust face paint on.
I
Oh,
would love that. I
oh,
would
that would
love
be
it. I would
hilarious.
love
That would be
it.
total trolling, but I don't know if Kevin Owens would do that, but that would be pretty
See,
funny.
but I honestly think this one's gonna end with Cody being the champion. But I think this is when Randy comes back.
I was
Mhm.
I share those same they said those same thoughts. I said it yesterday when we were doing our other prediction show for Women's Wrestling Talk, and I was like, yeah, I think this is where the Viper returns, and we get that vengeance blood feud between him and Kevin Owens,
Hmm.
leading up into the road to WrestleMania, therefore making it that much spicier between them two. How Cody will fit into that, I'm not sure, but Kevin Owens will lose, and it will be due to Randy Orton.
Mhm.
I do think Randy Orton's gonna RKO Cody though. Either Randy Orton's gonna RKO Cody or Sammy's gonna hit him with a Halula kick again.
One or the other,
Because
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna
yeah,
be one of those
for
like
sure.
you definitely think Kevin's gonna win, and then he doesn't because of his own hubris.
Mhm.
So I definitely think this is going to be one of those like classic Kevin Owens, classic like they're gonna have the same spot where he held back in their first matchup, where like
Mhm.
Cody has like an injury or something, he holds back, and this time he's just gonna go ape shit.
Right.
Excuse my
Mhm.
language. I don't know if I'm gonna get shadow banned for that, but he's gonna go crazy, and then right after you're gonna get like a Sammy coming in to like try and stop Kevin, and then everyone thinks he's gonna be on Cody's side, and then Kevin ducks, he hits Cody, and then Randy probably comes out and RKO's everyone with like a smirk on his face and then walks back, so that
Yeah.
you minimize the damage to anybody going into the Royal Rumble, and it still allows for like Kevin to be in the Royal Rumble. Randy's probably going
Mhm.
to be in it, and we know Sammy's going to be in it. So it allows for all the players to still be active, and it allows for you to have like this momentum of like, oh, what if Randy actually comes out and wins? It has all of that
There's
extra to it.
there's going to be a lot of drama in this Rumble.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
oh
A
yeah.
lot of drama.
Especially because this is the first time where all the bloodline will be in.
Literally.
Mhm.
I also
Literally.
think I also read some reports that like they don't know how to bring in Hakaleo, and I'm like, Tama is literally drowning by himself with just him and Jacob. Like, just bring in the big 7 foot guy.
You think
Don't
so?
get me. He just looks weird. Like I get Jacob. Jacob, the thing they're doing with Jacob, I get it. It's fun. It's cool. But like him just walking around, yeah, 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 ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Like that's all he's good for. He's there for that little spot, and then he
And
gets kicked in the
everybody's
face.
catching on to it. Everybody loves it.
I get it, but it's like what, like you walk up to the tag titles last night, stare at the tag title, stare at the champion with Jacob noticeably not there. By the
Titles
way,
that he's held before.
right? So I'm like, bruh, call your brother. You got another brother. Call your brother.
He's
Like you got
hurt.
options.
We know
You
he's
got
hurt.
options. No, 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 no. Hakaleo's not hurt.
No, not Hikuleo. I'm talking about
I'm not
Tongaloa.
talking about him. I don't want him ever in a wrestling ring again. Give him a mic, let him sit on the side and talk. I never want him in a wrestling ring again in my life. Please, for the love of God, call the big guy. Just call the big guy. Okay? Go get those championships. And
Okay.
then you give. I saw someone else posted. You give Jacob at this point like his version of the Wolfpack
Jacob
because
honestly doesn't need anybody.
he doesn't. But with the trademark, I don't know if you heard about the trademark coming in about the tribal werewolf
The
instead of the
tribal
Samoan.
werewolf. Yes, I've
Yeah,
heard that. Hmm.
I'm like, bro, this is the perfect time to bring in Hakaleo. This is the perfect time to sign Zilla Fatu. because you know Zilla will follow Jacob anywhere. That's basically his older brother. And you do all, and again, you do the Wolfpack version because you see what Jacob is doing on the mic. This is just like, you thought Solo was bad.
Giving
This is no holds barred.
my and it was somebody on my team said this, but Jacob giving Jacob the ability to do promos is probably going to be one of the best things to start off 2025.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Like
The
he
amount
has
of West
not
Coast slang,
missed
yeah,
at
the amount of West Coast
all.
slang I'm learning off this man is crazy.
And I
I've
love
never
it.
heard any of these. The way he speaks, I was like, I've never heard this in my life.
Me
But homeboy's
neither, and I'm
1,000%.
so here for it.
It's like having Marshawn Lynch in the WWE, and I'm here for it.
Yes,
100%
yes,
here for it.
yes,
It's
yes,
Marshawn.
yes,
I'm like,
yes,
oh
yes,
yeah,
yes.
okay,
That's a
we
good.
about it. Okay, cool,
That's a good
we
comparison.
doing it. All right.
And speaking of Jacob
Okay.
Fatu, he is also going to be in that Rumble, and
Ex-
I definitely think he's going to be getting the most eliminations out of that. There's lots of rumors floating around that he's the favorite to get that
Yeah.
spot.
I don't. Again, I don't think they're gonna give him the spot yet.
Mhm.
Maybe not this year. Maybe next year. I can see a main event in WrestleMania.
He's
But not this
he's money.
He
And
is
he's,
money.
He's a special talent, man. He's
But again,
something
you have
else.
to look at the lineup. Like, you have to look at the lineup. Is he more dangerous as a Royal Rumble winner for 2 months, or is he more dangerous as a Money in the Bank winner for a year? That's how I'm looking
That's a
at
good
it.
question.
That's how I'm looking at it, because look how you can do so much more with him with the briefcase than you can with him just winning the Royal Rumble. Because winning the Royal Rumble is like, I don't know, it's almost the posh way to get to the WWE title. Like, it's the polished way. It's
Mhm.
your face of the company type. Jacob's not that.
Yeah.
Jacob is for the real fans, for the real ones, to get the people that are not like prim and proper. Like, Jacob isn't for your shareholders. Jacob
No.
is for your fans.
Yes.
So I'm like, give him
An
give
indie
him the
fan.
title in the most brutal match you possibly can in
Mhm.
Money in the Bank, and then let him completely terrorize. Like, not what he's doing now, but I'm talking about, like, we talking about pop up in the shadows of NXT. I'm talking about pop up on people for no reason, like,
Right.
just none
Just
whatsoever.
go off. Go off. We'll start
And
wailing
again,
on everybody. Jacob,
you-
I've been saying this every week. Jacob versus everybody. It's like
Yeah.
every single face off this man gets into, it's like, oh my God, I want to see that. Oh my God, I
Mhm.
want to see that. Yes, I want to see that. And I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
him
Every
versus
single
Damian.
person that he has eyed down, he is going to destroy.
Him versus Damien was like, I didn't even know I wanted this. Thank you so much. This was like a 5-course meal where I was like, I
Facts.
didn't even know I wanted this.
And then,
Like,
with
I
the
didn't
LA
see
Knight
this.
team up mixed up in
Yeah,
there, and
I
I
was
was just
like,
like,
what's
this is
going on?
juicy. I didn't think we could get this. Like, I
Like, okay.
this.
Again, the biggest issue to me was Tama Tonga. And I'm just like, I don't know why you here, but because again, he doesn't feel like he's on that level.
I love
That's the
Tama
thing.
Tonga, man. I don't know. I like him
He
with
feels
Jacob.
like what's his name from the family in NXT, the underboss.
You got to think in reverse.
Dax.
Think like Ace Ventura too. You saw the big man that brought out little guy
Yeah,
in the back. That,
I get it, but he just
that's
reminds me
Tama
of
Tonga.
Stacks.
You didn't see the big guy going at Ace Ventura. You saw Tama Tonga like little guy going at Ace Ventura. Just saying.
Bro,
Like,
he's literally there to take spots, and it's just like, bro, I get it, but like, come on. He's literally just there to take spots, and like, can he take a spot? Hell yeah. Can he go 1-on-1? Hell yeah. But at the same time, it's like, dog, I don't want to like let the big dogs like handle this real quick.
so
Like,
you're
please.
saying Jacob Fatu is gonna win the Rumble? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Okay.
I definitely don't think he's going to win a Rumble. Not this year. I think he's going to win a Rumble? Yes.
Absolutely.
But not this year. Speaking of Rumble, that's a perfect segue. Thank you. The first of our 2 Rumbles would be our Women's Royal Rumble, which to me is probably way more interesting because there is so many ways you can go with this, and
There's
they
only-
all make sense.
And there's only 12 women that have declared. There's
Right,
there's
so-
so many others that we don't even know.
And then this division, more than any other division, is impacted by the partnership with TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Now, the question is, do they give it to a newcomer to like make a star, or do they give it to somebody who has been there already, but you're trying to make a champion? Like that's
So
how I'm
here's my
looking at it.
question. Here's my question before we start it up. Are we still doing two
Wrong
picks?
Rumble. Are we still doing 2 picks? Yeah, why not? Why not?
Okay.
Like
You can do
one
your heart
main
and
pick and one dark horse. Okay.
Yep.
you
I
can do
haven't
that,
picked
or
the
you
I
can
haven't
do. I
picked
was
the
gonna
dark
call it.
horse.
I was gonna call it the heart or your head pick.
Mhm.
Like, who
Oh,
does
the
your
heart, yeah.
heart say? Who does your head say? I'm gonna let Honey go first, even though we're still wrong gender. We're not talking about that one yet. Wrong gender.
I know. I just realized that too. So
So who do
for
you got
so
for
for
the
the
women's Royal Rumble?
for the women's Royal Rumble, my guaranteed pick is has to be Io Sky. Like she's my go-to, like my number one pick to win, actually. That's my
Mm,
head. That's with my head.
mm.
My heart, it's tough.
Mm.
My heart says, being that she just announced it last night and she approached Miss Tiffy Stratton last night, I have to go with my heart. And my heart, wherever my heart's at, is where my homie's at, and that's Zelina Vega.
You never. I respect it. I
Hey,
respect the
yes, I respect
consistency.
it.
I respect the consistency because this is a good 5 year loving relationship between you two that just will not die, and I
It
respect the
will not.
consistency.
It
I
will not.
respect the consistency. Benny, what you got from me?
Real quick before I give my picks, I will say Zelina Vega for United States champion at some point this year.
Absolutely.
Please,
And we
thank
need
you.
the remake
And
Puerto
push
Rican championship. We
Zelina.
need
Yep.
the Puerto Rican championship. A
Ab-
Yep.
thousand percent. You
The
need to
the
redo
moment
it.
I saw her, get moved over to SmackDown, I said, "That's it right there."
Yep.
That's
That's who
I ain't
needs to
gonna
be
say
Chelsea
she's.
Chelsea
Green.
Green, here we come.
Yep. Yep. All right. So getting into my picks, I had been thinking about this for a long time. I don't know. Well, then again, I was sitting up here and I can rationalize them announcing Beetlejuice coming back before Beetlejuice actually came back or whatever. Uh, if Becky is actually going to be in this Rumble too.
Mm-hmm.
But my number one pick, as much as I loathe to say this because she does not need it, is Charlotte Flair.
No,
She
no,
does not need it.
no.
She doesn't need it. But what they're doing with all of her branding, the Top Girl thing that then started up, this whole thing about this whole new character that she has getting ready to start up, that to me is screaming that they're going to give her this Rumble.
I think it's a setup.
I've,
You're falling
I've,
for a
I've
trap.
now my second pick. My second pick is out of left field. All right.
Oh boy.
Because I think that, and I don't know if they're really going to do this because, like, when it comes to the men's rumble, I don't think the WWE title is the one that they're going to be going after. You're going to see from who my picks are that I think it's going to be the World Heavyweight Championship. So I don't know if they're going to go and have both winners going after both of those same titles. But my second pick, and because of the fact that Rhea Ripley does not have a clear-cut opponent or a clear-cut beef outside of the same person she's been beefing with for an entire year, and Liv ain't winning it, Jordan Grace.
I've heard that.
Make me a star and
Mm-hmm.
make me a star making match. Give me Jordan Grace versus Rhea Ripley for that championship at WrestleMania.
Oh.
I don't like you because you took my picks. You actionably took my picks, like in that order. I don't like you. This is why I don't like you being back because you steal all of my thunder, all of it, all of it. So now I'm just gonna have to be the parrot in this situation and say, yeah, my head pick is Charlotte Flair because you need to make Tiffany Stratton a star. This is very little to do with Charlotte and everything to do with Tiffany and how they branded Tiffany. She's already got the win, I believe, over Becky in NXT.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
she does. She
So
be one
you need
horseman
to
woman. She be Bailey. Charlotte's next. Possibly.
Not even just that, but that's the person that she's been compared to the most.
Oh, of course.
So
They
they
all
need
do.
to, they almost need to pass the baton in a lot of ways. and it's for sure. Like at that point, then you don't need Charlotte to be at the top of the card to still just be Charlotte, and then you can give her the title down the road, and no one's gonna say anything because this is her making essentially her replacement.
Hmm.
Because Tiffany's like 24 and already a megastar, so like
already.
yeah, this is one of those where like this is to make Tiffany Stratton. So I think again, Charlotte gets her, feather in the cap that she's winning the Royal Rumble. But I think it's to face Tiffany and to ultimately lose to Tiffany at WrestleMania. My second one, again, was Jordan Grace. Because that's what I said. Do you want to make a star or do you want to make a star in terms of, the newcomer? And I do think that in a lot of ways, that is someone who you can have take the title from Rhea and it's not going to hurt Rhea. And
But
there are very few people that are left in the company where like Rhea could lose to, and it's not only believable, but it's a situation where Rhea's gonna come back and run it back for that title, or go and win the title that she just hasn't had in a while on the other brand, and then you use your biggest star to make another star. So I think my heart pick is definitely Jordan Grace.
the only reason why I say Io Sky too is because she had a hell of a year last year. And
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
since her losing the title, she's been on like a road to redemption, and she's pinned at quite a few world champions last year, for
I
both
agree, but
former and current.
but
So
Hmm.
I think
I-
that
I'm
that's
just, I,
that's
I was
setting
just,
up
I just realized
that's
I
setting up
wasn't.
elimination chamber though, because I think
Yeah,
she'll win in the chamber. I think that's a play where she could win in the chamber, and then go on to face Rhea
hmm
if you do it that way.
yeah. But I just realized I didn't really come up with a legit reason as to why I picked her. We all
Hmm.
know the reason why I picked Selena, but Io Sky is my logical pick,
Right.
and it makes sense for me because her and Rhea,
Yeah.
Oh, it's
And
going
I
it's
don't
going to be crazy.
and I
wow.
don't think she's held that one yet.
And both of them have been queens of war games. So,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
but Io's the real queen of war games, honestly. But yeah, that's
At,
neither here nor
at
there.
this point, yeah, I
Men's
will say
Rumble.
the men's Royal Rumble, the main event, probably I will say the most star-studded Royal Rumble we've had in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You have it is, and the thing is, it's top heavy and it's still open for surprises.
It's all the main event heads are in here. All of them.
Right.
Like
And
every
again,
single
this
one of
was
them.
my biggest logical thing from a couple of years ago of like you give the title to Cody, you open up a a myriad of different storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it
Hmm.
on Roman just was like, well, Cody's going to win it cuz Cody has to beat Roman.
Yeah.
But now with Cody kind of sliding into Homelander like insane tyrant territory. Like Cody is slowly snapping.
Oh,
So
he's going to, and I can't wait.
you can't wait for it because then it's gonna be Hell's Gate. Like all hell's gonna break
All
loose.
them crybabies are gonna be like, but why, Cody? Why?
As someone who was a Cody supporter, I'm waiting for it. Again, I needed him to get the big feather in the cap of being the guy to end Roman's reign, pun
Mm-hmm.
intended. But
Mm-hmm.
I will say it has not been the greatest run that I would have because a lot of people that would
Nope.
have made him a better champion were all hurt. You know, he had kind of that Drew McIntyre situation where like everyone that would have been a great opponent either isn't built yet
Right.
or they were hurt. So
Or
I mean,
hurt
it's not Cody's fault.
or involved with other storylines. Like
Yeah,
aside from AJ, Kevin Owens has been the most entertaining story of Cody's reign.
right.
Yep.
And
I was
again,
going to say
it's
it was that and the fact that they set up him versus The Rock the night after WrestleMania and then
yeah.
never paid it off. So everybody was sitting up there waiting, and they're just like, all right, well, he can't lose the title before The Rock
Mm-hmm.
comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like that never happened. It never came to fruition. So,
Right.
So
Robbed
it,
us
it's one.
again.
Of, yeah, well, that's your guy. It's your guy, honey. So that's all I'm gonna say. That was
What
your
guy?
guy.
Who's my guy?
The Rock. The
Oh well,
Rock,
yeah, that's the final
the
boss.
final boss. That
Yeah,
was your guy. Just
yeah.
letting us down again.
I don't
As per
think. Well,
usual.
it wasn't his fault the first time. It was everyone else's fault the first time.
Well, you can't break the rules of the Royal Rumble.
He's the final boss.
You cannot. No one is above. No one is above the Shield.
He's the final boss.
No one is above the Shield. I
The
don't care who
final
you are.
boss. He's the
No
no
one is
one.
above the Shield.
He's the final boss.
Anyway, so who do you believe will win this Rumble?
Ugh. For me, all right. I went left field, and
Okay.
I've picked this person before. I've picked this
Okay.
person for different scenarios quite often. I feel
Mhm.
like there is master manipulation going on. I feel like we need fresh meat for Cody or
Mhm.
Gunther by the time
Mhm.
Mania comes. I think a very strong, suitable, logical person in order to give us a new fresh face and fresh rivalry for either champion should and could be possibly Karrion Cross.
I knew
Just
that
going
that's where you were going. I had a feeling that was
um
where you were going.
I feel like there's too many layers to pick any of the big guys, and I feel like the fact that Jay is a favorite is a setup. I feel like it's a trap.
Mhm.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of pissed off people.
Mhm.
And I think it should be somebody unexpected to win this rumble. I feel like Cross could also use another accolade under his belt. And as far as for my heart, this is crazy to say out loud, but I or Dark Horse. I really want to say somebody that will piss off people even more than Jey Uso not winning would be Dominic Mysterio to win.
Ooh! Ooh!
Dominic Mysterio versus Gunther or Cody, either or could go that way. And yeah, the greatest luchador in WWE, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And he needs something. He needs something. He hasn't had much substance to his character
Mm.
in recent weeks, and
That's
he has
juicy.
to
That one
make
is
up for a
juicy.
lot of things. So I think Dominic
Oh,
Mysterio.
oh, that's juicy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that one hit me like right in the chest. I was
yeah,
That
man.
not. Wow.
Gotta take that Alka
Wow.
Seltzer for that.
Wow. I'm gonna need. Whoo.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he says
Okay.
Queen of Heel Heat for a reason.
Mm. Mm.
But yeah,
Mm.
that's where I'm going with that.
Mm.
The logic is Karrion Cross, believe it or not, and then Heart is Dominic Mysterio.
Mm. Benny. Mm. That one. That one.
Go-
Woo. Woo. Okay.
Jay, you go ahead and go before me so I don't steal none of your thunder.
That's the spicy
Uh,
meatball.
oh no, I ain't got nothing for this one. This one. I have no. I have no picks. Like this.
What?
This
Okay.
one.
You have to say
I'm literally
somebody.
like I don't know. Like everyone who I've been asked about 7 times this week. I literally do not know. I do
Okay.
not have an answer.
All right, well, give us your heart then, at least.
Um. My heart doesn't exist in this company. If I'm being 1,000% honest with you, like if I could have my way, I'm calling Keith.
Mm.
Bro,
calling Keith.
listen.
I'm calling Keith.
Listen. Listen.
I know he will never see this podcast, but I will die on the hill that Keith
Not
Lee should be a
true.
multiple time world champion by now. And there
Yeah.
is no better story than for Keith to come back in this Rumble and win it.
You want to talk about a story that's not finished?
Huh.
Shit.
That's better than Kofi Mania, and that's better than Cody's story to me.
Oof.
Like that one. I will probably cry. You will see a grown man cry if that were to happen.
That's what you're gonna see me do if a certain. I'm not gonna say the name because
I'll put it like
I don't want to
this.
get my hopes up. But you
I
guys
know,
know who I'm talking
but
about.
I'm gonna do it though. My heart one is Aleister Black. My heart one is Aleister Black.
I
Like
want
that
that
one.
to happen
That
so
would.
freaking bad.
I
So
will.
bad.
I will lose my mind. I will flip tables. I will flip couches.
What's that? What, bro?
Lose
My
it.
equipment's gonna be gone. We're doing a
All I
watch
heard was,
along.
oh,
My
yeah,
equipment's gonna
I'm
be.
losing it.
All I need to do is hear that guitar note, and it's a
I'm losing it.
rap.
Losing it.
I would do anything to hear that song in WWE again.
Give me one more. Just give me one more time, bro. One more time. But my head logic.
Like you
It's
said,
tough
a lot of main event
because
players.
there is, and there's. You need someone that is believable enough to have beef with both Gunther and Cody / Kevin. That's where it's hard because you need that kind of cross promotional like appeal to where it's believable and it makes sense, but also someone who can hold their own against both guys. You know, my head, I'm gonna go with Finn Balor.
Ooh.
I'm
Really?
gonna go with Finn Balor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. Because that's a name
'Cause
nobody's mentioning.
That's the
either.
name no one's talking about, and it's like it would make so much more sense in terms of like breaking up the Judgment Day.
Yes, because I'm done with them.
Mhm.
And now we know.
Again,
And
you've-
JD's
you've-
gonna be out for a minute.
For a while,
Carlito's gonna
like
be
you-
hanging in the wings. Carlito just might as well go to Los Garza
TNA.
with freaking.
He might as well just go to TNA, bro,
Or
and,
that,
and do
or
some
that.
warm-up matches and
For
put
sure.
some guys over.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Finn Balor and Aleister Black. Going heavy black and gold on this one.
heavy
Damn, yo,
black
y'all-
and gold.
Y'all just gonna make me the basic bitch of this one, aren't you? All right, so it's 3:34. We got a little bit of time for me to go through my shit real quick.
You got a
All
little
right.
time.
Yeah, you got
Like,
about
got,
10
like,
minutes.
got like 10 minutes.
So the betting odds right now, or the last time I checked, betting odds is John Cena is the favorite to win the Royal Rumble.
Of course.
All right.
yeah.
I
But
would
the-
hate that in like the
Again,
I'm sorry, I would
this-
hate
John
that.
Cena's.
So
I will say
much.
this though. John Cena's not that selfish.
this
No,
is a
he's
1,000%. This is 1,000% agenda with me. All right,
Okay.
John Cena, after the promo that he did on the Netflix opener, I want John Cena to try and fail at every single attempt to get into a championship match until because I do want him to get into one and I do want him to win it
Mm-hmm.
until he gets to something that he has not won yet. What has John Cena not won? The King of the Ring. Because King of the Ring is not around when John Cena was here and he was active,
True.
right?
Uh-huh.
And if my math is still correct or whatever, ever since the Nexus debacle back in the day, John Cena has not won the match at SummerSlam since then.
Wow.
So when it comes to John Cena, I want John Cena, regardless of what championship it is. As a matter of
World
fact,
heavyweight.
with the way that y'all are speaking about Cody Rhodes and him turning heel and everything like that, have him go after that WWE championship at SummerSlam. All right.
and have Cody
After-
go full fucking Homelander after
Oh,
losing.
after
my
failing
God.
after failing to win the Royal Rumble, after failing to win
Thanos
Elimination
and Iron
Chamber.
Man.
Yep. After failing to win the Elimination Chamber. And I'm going to give you, honey, I'm going to give you yours right now. After being eliminated by Logan Paul in the Royal Rumble. After being eliminated by Logan Paul in the Elimination Chamber, having to face Logan Paul at WrestleMania. All right.
Oh my God.
Getting into Money in the Bank and it being so close and having Jacob Fatu steal it away from him.
Or Jay.
One of the two of them. All right.
Either one works.
Have him go through, still questioning his confidence and everything because he just can't get the job done. Win King of the Ring. Go on and win at SummerSlam. And it doesn't matter how long he has the championship. The championship reign isn't the
Have
thing.
Jacob cash in on him at SummerSlam. after
There
he
you
wins
go.
the title.
Have him
Have
win that
Jacob
17th
cash in
and then
on
have
him.
Jacob kill him.
Yup. Have Jacob kill him the way Solo did.
Oh my God.
Yo,
and that will happen.
God,
And,
that
and
is
SummerSlam is
perfect.
going to be in the tri-state in Jersey.
Yes.
It's gonna be at MetLife.
SummerSlam is at MetLife.
Oh God.
He gonna bring out
Oh,
the.
that
He
is-
better not bring out the Doctor of Thugonomics again either. 'cause
Please
I
do.
was pissed.
Oh,
I was
that would
pissed,
be
and
so
I was
good.
there for that Mania, and I was like, "This the Mania I go to, and this is the Cena I get." Damn it! I couldn't even get the Fruity Pebble Cena. I was so pissed. But
Uh-huh. But anyway,
Benny, that's some good
that is
shit
chef's
right
kiss.
there.
see,
That is
That's
chef's
some
kiss
good
right
shit
there.
right
I'm
there.
saying
I like
it's been a minute since I've been here, so I had to give y'all something.
He's making up for that
So
loss.
I had to give it. I'm making up for lost time. So
Yes.
again, when it comes to the actual winners and everything like that, you have so many different ways that you can go. But the way my head is going, just because of the fact that I think the idea they've been going after the WWE title as the Rumble winner for so long. I think you have to get off of that
Get
in
off.
order to
Mhm.
in order to so not even solidify but elevate the World Heavyweight
And
Championship
that's
to be
probably why
equal.
it's so stacked with all the main event players. Because if you think
Right.
about it, it's kind of like how back in the day was, where you had Hogan, Macho Man, Roddy Piper, Ultimate Warrior,
hmm
Andre the Giant, all the big guys in the same ring in a Rumble. Like, you know what I mean?
hmm
So they're
So
making it really difficult for us.
so when it comes to who exactly will be contenders for said title, who has been sitting up there mouthing off to each other for the last couple of weeks about this championship? For me, it's been three main people. It's been Drew McIntyre, it's been CM Punk, and it's been Seth Rollins.
No, it's mm-hmm.
And in my mind, the last two are the ones that are going to be my picks: Seth Rollins and CM Punk. And you can put them in either slot, heart or head.
Yeah, yeah, they work
Okay.
for both.
The final four, because we did pick a final four last week. I think I had gotten it right. Like, we nailed it too. It was like
We
Drew,
did last
Punk,
year.
Cody, and who was the other one? There was somebody else in there.
Wasn't
Wasn't
it
Gunther
Jay?
in there?
Gunther. Yes, it was
Gunther.
Gunther.
Yeah.
There we go.
But Gunther's just sitting back and watching. The champions aren't in the Rumble at all, right?
No, no,
Okay.
Now,
no.
although, like I said, since they want to throw NXT champions in there now, they're not equal anymore. They could show up, so you could potentially see a Julia in the other Rumble. I have heard that Stephanie
God.
Vaquer, my baby,
Oh
I
my
heard she's gonna show up in there.
Oh, Stephanie Vaquer, I can see.
forgot. I can't believe I forgot this. This is also my reasoning for picking Io Sky, because she could say screw Rhea, screw who Nia,
And do Julia.
and go to Julia for
Mhm.
NXT. That was
That
the other
was-
part.
that
That
was
was the other
Heat.
part, 'cause that would be so
That was slap.
stupid.
Heat.
And then around stand and deliver,
Yep,
Heat.
yep, yep.
like I'm going for chaos this year. I want madness
Mm.
and chaos.
I dig it. I
I
dig it.
choose-
Even
I
though I
choose
will
violence
say,
this
I
year.
don't. Now that I think about it, they probably won't have the world champions in the.
They
in the Royal Rumble,
shouldn't.
just-
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't, because they're the ones that they're waiting to see who's gonna
Mm-hmm.
win. Before, it used to be like part of it, and or they were fight, or like the champion will go into the Rumble, and then whoever won takes the title from the champion and all that. But
Mm.
I'm just anxious.
Yeah.
I'm anxious as hell.
Well, I'm gonna let Honey have her final statement, because we are winding down and it's almost time for Honey to move on to bigger and better things. So catch her on the Kayfabe podcast.
I'm
for their
bigger,
kickoff
better
show.
things. You stop that.
You catch her next at what is it, 4
4 o'clock, yeah, for the
4
Kayfabe
o'clock on the
podcast.
Kayfabe podcast. We will be tuning in. We will not be on it though, because I gotta do. I'm already missing like an hour of the Senior Bowl, but
Man, I gotta go to sleep.
life goes on. That too. See, go. There we go.
Life.
What happens when you
thing.
work the night shift, yo?
Yeah.
So, Honey, just give us one last statement about how you're feeling about this Royal Rumble.
I'm excited for this Rumble. I know we're gonna be surprised. I know there's gonna be shenanigans going on. I just can't wait to feel like expect the unexpected, and under Triple H's umbrella. I hope maybe we find out another Hall of Fame induction or something like that. I'm really happy he's going into the Hall of Fame. It's totally deserved, and we've discussed that many times. But yeah, you guys could find me here with these guys every now and then for the big events here on Sports Mark Analyst. You can find me on all things Wrestling with Honey on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube. I'm also on Women's Wrestling Talk Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I have my Honey Night SmackDown watch along and Kayfabe podcast every Saturday. We're doing a watch along today for the Rumble and a post show, so y'all might want to stay tuned for that. So please check that out.
So basically, she's everywhere and never wants to sleep. Love it. Benny, since
I'm
you
a busy
are
bee, man. I got to keep on being busy, man.
Love it. We love it, Benny. Since we know we rarely ever see you
Yes,
ever.
Benny, it was so great to see your face
You
today, man. I needed that.
you can send us off with the final statement of the podcast.
All right. So, like I said, it's been a while since I've been around. Like I said, it's work, it's life, it's a whole lot of things. You know, you're trying to sit up here and put yourself in position to accomplish goals, and just live a little, things like that. Start bringing new people into your life and things like that. Jay kind of sort of knows what I'm talking about, but you know, shit happens. So, but I am technically on hiatus, but I can't stay on hiatus because no one will leave me the hell alone and allow me to just relax.
That's fair. That's a fair
So,
statement.
like I said, I've been meaning to reach out and say what's up to you guys and try and hop on every once in a while. I'm gonna make it a point to try and come on and just politic with y'all guys a little bit more. Like I said, because I miss y'all. All right.
Oh, we
But
miss you,
anyway,
Benny.
when it comes to the Royal Rumble, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. This is the first time in a long time where I really haven't had like a straight up idea as to how this mess is gonna go right from the bat.
Right.
So like the excitement, the fan excitement in me is higher than it has been for a while. Because like I said before, it's just like, all right, I'm thinking of it like an analyst or whatever. But
Mhm.
now, like I said, there's so many different ways that this thing can go. So many different stars or whatever that can be put in the position to actually have a great WrestleMania match with any of the champions that we have, because all of them are great right now.
Real stories.
This is an awesome time right now or whatever that we're leading into the road to WrestleMania. We don't have anything that we're generating that we've been dying to pay off or whatever. You can start something right now, and you can start it, and it could just be awesome like all the way through. All right. But
Absolutely.
anyway, thank you for allowing me to ramble. Thank you for allowing me to rant. It's been a minute. Like I
We
said, I
love
had to
you,
put my
Benny.
John Cena thing out there into the universe or whatever, just because, like I said, I need my agenda to happen because I that to me is so much heat.
That's
All right.
crazy, man. That's a wild story you got going for this year. That would be
But
insane.
anyway, thank you guys for watching. Uh, Follow us on Instagram. We're still on Facebook, Instagram, posting all kinds of things as much as we possibly can. Um, Paul picked all of the losers today. He didn't, but I'm not putting that out into the universe just because he's not here and we like to troll people. So
That's a fair
everybody
point.
that Paul picks
That is a
loses.
fair point.
Everybody that Paul
That is a
picked
fair point.
lost.
I'm
But anyway,
curious to know.
drop us a like, give us a comment, subscribe. Tell us who you want to win each of these matches, and we will catch up with you guys as soon as we possibly can. All right, honey, it was a blessing seeing you again. Jay, I'm always in the
Love you
chat with you
guys.
or whatever, but I haven't seen your face in forever. So like, yo, it's good to see you too.
Good to
Love
see
you
you guys.
guys.
Love you guys too, man.
And with that, guys, we'll catch you guys the next go around, whenever that may be. Peace.
Peace out.